truth about water retention: you did everything right yesterday, tracked your food, hit your steps, went to bed on time. This morning, the scale's up a kilo, and some part of your brain has already decided the diet's broken, and maybe you are too. You didn't gain a kilo of fat overnight. That would mean eating about 7,700 extra calories in your sleep. And unless you're sleepwalking into a bakery, that's not what happened. What actually happened is water. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why, what's actually driving it day to day, and how to read the scale so it stops wrecking your morning every single week. My name's Alex. I help women from all over the world transform their bodies, get leaner, stronger, and less inflamed through an anti-inflammatory diet, healthier lifestyle habits, and workouts anyone can do no matter where they are. What the scale actually measures. The scale weighs everything, not just fat, water, food still sitting in your stomach, stored carbs, muscle, bone, all of it, mashed into one number that people treat like a final verdict on how they're doing. Water alone can swing your weight by 1 to 3 kilos in a single day, sometimes more after a hard workout or a salty weekend away. That's not a small thing, that's the entire gain most people panic about, and it has nothing to do with fat at all. Imagine 2 mornings a week apart. Same amount of actual fat on your body both days. One morning you weigh in lighter because you slept well, ate low salt, and haven't trained in 2 days. The other morning you weigh in heavier because you had takeout last night and lifted heavy yesterday. Nothing about your body composition changed between those 2 days. Only the water did. The 4 things actually moving that number. Number 1, salt. Salt pulls water in with it. That's just how it works. Restaurant food, takeout, anything processed usually has way more salt than home cooking, sometimes a whole day's worth in one single meal. Your body holds on to extra water to balance it out temporarily until it clears over the following day or 2. That's not a malfunction. That's your body doing exactly what it's meant to do. Number 2, carbs. Every gram of carb your body stores comes with about 3 grams of water attached. Eat more carbs after a low carb day, after a hard session, or after a stretch or under eating, and that water shows up fast, often within 24 hours. This is one of the biggest single day swings you'll ever see on a scale, and none of it is fat, even though it feels exactly like fat gain when you're staring at that number. Number 3, hormones and your cycle. For anyone who has a period, water retention shifting through the month, especially in the days before, is completely normal and can cause real, noticeable swings that have nothing to do with what you ate or how well you stuck to your plan. Number 4, stress. Bad sleep and a stressful week both mess with how much water your body holds on to. A few rough days at work, a difficult conversation, a poor night's sleep before a big event. All of it can genuinely show up on the scale, not because you ate differently, but because your body's holding water differently in response to something completely unrelated to food. This one trips people up the most because it feels the least fair. You didn't touch your diet, you didn't miss a workout, you just had a hard week, and the scale still moved. That's not your body punishing you for stress. It's just another example of the scale reacting to something that isn't fat, the same as it does with salt or carbs or hormones. The training trap nobody warns you about. Here's the one that catches people out the most, and almost nobody explains it. Starting a new training program or pushing harder than usual causes water retention. New or harder training causes tiny bits of muscle damage, and your body's repair response includes holding onto extra fluid around that muscle while it fixes itself up over the following days. Which means the exact week you start training harder and eating better, the week you're doing everything right, can be the week the scale looks the worst. Picture someone starting a new lifting program on a Monday, feeling motivated, eating well all week, and then stepping on the scale on Sunday to find it's gone up. Their instinct is to think the plan isn't working. In reality, their body is just repairing muscle it hasn't had to repair in a while. And that repair process needs fluid to happen properly. That's not the diet failing. That's not the training failing either. That's your body doing repair work you basically asked it to do. It's a boring, unsexy sign of progress that just happens to look that is just a setback if you don't know what's going on underneath the surface. How to actually read the scale. Stop looking at single days. Start looking at trends. This is the exact method I give every client on day 1. Weigh yourself daily, same way, each time, morning, after the bathroom, before food or drink. Same conditions matter more than any single number ever will. Number 2, look at your 7-day average, not the daily number. One bad or great day is just noise. The average is what actually tells you something real about where you've headed. Number 3, compare week to week. Is this week's average lower than last week's? That's your real answer. Everything else is just weather, not climate. Number 4, expect the wobble. A 1 to 2 kilo swing day to day is completely normal. It's not just a malfunction. It's not a broken metabolism. It's not proof you did anything wrong. If you're reacting to every single wobble, you're treating noise like it's actual data, and you'll burn out long before the trend has a chance to show you what's really happening. Think about someone using this method versus someone who isn't. The person checking daily averages sees a steady downward trend over a month and stays calm through the bumps along the way. The The person obsessing over each individual day rides an emotional roller coaster, thrilled on Monday, devastated by Thursday, and often quits by week 3, purely because of how the number made them feel, not because of what was actually happening to their body. 3 weigh-ins that scared people for no reason. Let's make this real with a few situations. Situation 1. Someone weighs in the morning after a friend's birthday dinner. Restaurant, food, a couple of drinks, dessert, the scale's up nearly 2 kilos the next day. Panic sets in. In reality, that's mostly salt and a bit of extra food weight still moving through the system. Completely gone within 48 hours if they just go back to normal eating. Situation 2. Someone weighs in the day after starting their period. The number's up, their clothes feel tighter, they assume the diet stopped working overnight. This is one of the most common and most predictable water swings there is, and it settles back down within a few days on its own. Situation 3. Someone weighs in the Monday after their first heavy leg day in months. Their legs are sore, the scale's up, and they're convinced the new program is making them gain weight. It's not. It's inflammation from muscle repair, and it typically clears within a week as the body adapts to the new training load. None of these 3 people gained fat. All 3 of them nearly quit their plan over a number that had already told them the answer, if they'd known to look at it as a trend instead of a verdict. The scale isn't lying to you, it's telling you the truth about salt, carbs, hormones, stress, and training recovery. It just was never built to separate fat loss from all of that in a single day. Once you stop asking it a question it can't answer on its own and start looking at the trend instead, it stops being able to ruin your morning. The number itself was never the enemy here. It was always about what you did with that number, whether you let one noisy morning derail the entire week or whether you trusted the trend enough to keep going. And if you want help putting all of this into a personalized plan to transform your body and your lifestyle, for more information on how to work one-to-one with me, click the first link in the description. I'd love to help. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.